Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. We're working on some individual projects for St. Patrick's Day or spring. You can use these for any number of holidays and just change the theme a little bit, but they're great ideas to help you create some projects that are fun and interesting in your home. So today we're going to be doing a project with something called a mandala, which is actually a layered shape. And I just found this right in Cricut Design Space. And so what I'm doing is taking that mandala and printing it on different papers and then putting it back together. This idea is very on trend right now, and I've actually seen this on a few other channels, and I thought it was a great idea and something that I just really wanted to try. So I did all of the cutting on my Cricut, and so we're going to create a layered shamrock. Now, of course, you can do this with any shape that's pretty basic and just create those layers. And if you look in Cricut Design Space under Mandala, you will see all kinds of shapes that lend themselves really easily to this kind of a project. And also, I want to remind you that I have my St. Patrick's Day book that you can download free inside of my Facebook group, Coming Home, and that's free for people who are members of that group. And we welcome everyone who is interested in home and family to answer 3 simple questions and then join our Facebook group. It's a lively, wonderful group of people, and so I invite you to join. Okay, so let's get started with our layered mandala shamrock. Okay, so to complete our mandala project, I got this frame, and I bought this at Walmart, and so I just liked that it's a little bit of a rustic type frame. It's got this rope handle. I'll probably be taking that off, but I've got the frame, I've got some good scissors, and I've got these this dot tape that I bought at the dollar store, and it actually comes in 3 different thicknesses or widths of tape. So you can see that there, that there are just 3 different sizes. And that's great for this project because I'm getting down to some pretty narrow spots on this project, and so I'm going to need that narrow tape, but I'm going to start with this wider tape where I have more space to cover. And then I have my 5 layers that I have cut from a Cricut Design Space Shamrock mandala. And when I saw that in Cricut Design Space, I said to myself, oh man, this is my chance to make one of those mandalas that I've been seeing other people make. So we're going to start right with that. So I want to just show you in Cricut Design Space how to go about finding that mandala shape. So I'm going to come over here on the left into Images, and then if I type in mandala, then you'll see there are just so many results. Now, the fun thing about these is that these are all layered cuts. So let me choose the Shamrock one that I can then show you what I mean by that. So this first one right here is the one that I chose to do. So I clicked on that, added it to my canvas. So when you look at that, if you look over here on the right, it shows that this is going to cut into 5 layers. That's exactly what I want it to do. So when I go to cut these, then I'm going to choose my paper, and I imitated what was here and chose my papers very similarly because I really liked how this looked. Now you can use patterned paper, whatever looks good to your eye is what you want to do. So before you cut it, you are going to measure your frame that you're going to be putting it into. And I like to just, pull a frame up in shapes. And my frame is a 10.5 by 10.5. So I just like to put that shape there so that I have a way to kind of eyeball what I want this to look like. And let's bring this to the front. And then when I put my shape on here, I can expand it
so that I can basically see how that's going to fill up that frame. And I don't want it all the way full, so I'm doing mine right around my frame is a 10.5 frame, and I did mine right at about 9 inches, and I just really liked how that came out, and I felt like that would give enough blank space or white space around it that it would be easily seen and that it would look just really nice. So that's how I sized it, and then you can get rid of that square. So now I know that size correctly for my frame, so when I go in to make it, it's going to keep it sized exactly as I want it to. And you will see on your mat, as I look at each mat, what each one of those layers is going to look like. And for some reason, it didn't put them in the same order that I will be gluing them in, but that's okay. So let's go back and get it put together.
And so we're going to begin. I'm going to move this and we'll install it in that once it's all put together. So I'm just going to start with my bottom piece. That's the full shamrock. And that's where I'm going to start building from. But I want these layers to be lifted up. So I don't want to just glue everything down. I want to actually put a gap between each layer. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my tape here, and it's real sticky. And so I'm going to just keep that here close by. But I'm going to flip this to the back side. And I'm going to just go ahead and place tape throughout. I want it to not show on the other side, so it looks like that'll be fine. And I'm just going to go ahead, and so one side is sticky and the other side is covered with a paper. And I want that lift to come all the way around, and so I'm just going to go ahead and go through and put my pieces down, and this is so much faster than using something like just dots. And actually I'm going to be very careful as I go and make sure that it doesn't hang over the edge. I might have gotten a little close there, and that it doesn't cover any of these inside cutouts. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that. Let me check that part. There's a little spot I'm going to have to cut off a little bit right there. Okay, I'm going to keep going around. And this is very sticky. This isn't stuff you lay down and then you can really pull up. I mean, when it's down, it's down. I do like that it's a sticky, good quality tape. That's nice. And I'm going to put just a couple more here. I think I'll lay one right there, because I really do want to create that lift. Just a small one on this end because I want to hold that stem up. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, so now that those are down, I can come back with my weeding tool and get all of these bits of paper pulled up. And I like this because originally I was planning on just getting, like the pop dots, but actually I prefer this because it's just so much easier. You don't have to go through and take off the paper of a whole bunch of little tiny dots. So, oh, that's already off. Okay. So that makes it just a little bit easier. I hope you're commenting, sharing these videos, and subscribing, because I've been doing all these fun things. I had several videos, because I had several videos for Valentine's Day, and now I'm doing these videos for St. Patrick's Day. I have some coming up. I've already made some plans and started doing prep to do some videos for Easter and Passover. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can see those. I think I'm going to start this way. And you see I have a little cut there in that one. It really doesn't matter because it's that's going to be all covered up. Ooh, careful there. Okay, I'm seeing, luckily, everything ended up okay except right here. So what I'm seeing is this. I can't, and I should have realized this, I can't put the tape on the bottom one. I have to always put the tape on the top one because it's getting smaller and smaller, and I need to be able to see where those holes are so that I don't accidentally cover a hole like I did there. So at least that was, I'm glad that was an easy one to fix. Okay. Okay, so here comes our next layer. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to flip this. And now I'm going to leave the thicker tape. I think that middle one is still too thick, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this thinner tape. Okay. Oh, I just am loving that. And as you add each layer, it just gets more and more solid. I just love it. So here comes our final layer. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Checking to make sure we've got all those paper parts off. All right, here comes our last layer. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's very solid now, but I don't know if you can see how each layer just built right on top of the other. And you can kind of look down into those layers, and it's got a real 3D effect. And I can see a little tiny bit of tape right there. Oh boy. I love that. I just love the depth of color. I love how solid it is. I think it's beautiful. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and put it onto our frame. Okay, so it's going to go in just like this. I'm going to go ahead and put it in with the glue dots. I have a feeling, I can tell from how this has gone, I'm going to want to do this again because I love this, and I would like to have, I think I'd like to do some of these for other holidays. And so I'd like to be able to maybe even take it back out of that frame and put a different holiday in. I'm trying to think what other mandalas might pop up for other holidays, but I'm definitely going to be looking because I thought this was just so much fun and not hard at all. Just a little bit, you know, you have to be patient. You have to just take it, you know, gradually. But oh boy, I really love this. I love how it grows into this from kind of flimsy scrapbook paper into this really beautiful solid piece. Okay, so now let's get this centered in there. Okay, and I'm just going to push that right down there. Oh, I love that. I just think it's pretty. It's kind of elegant. It's interesting. That was a lot of fun. I really like that. I hope you'll try that too, because it just turns out so pretty and just has this great feel to it. I hope you'll also consider joining my Facebook group, Coming Home, and you can get the free download of my St. Patrick's Day book. My Valentine's Day book is there, as well as other things in that group. It's a really fun, active group, and I'd love it if you joined it. And so be sure to subscribe. Go back and watch my past videos for St. Patrick's Day and other holidays, because they can all be, of course, tweaked for any theme and any holiday. And I have a couple of more St. Patrick's Day videos coming, so be sure to subscribe so you know when they come out. And we'll see you next time in my craft room.